Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. We're still here with PODmas. We're keeping it going. I'm definitely loving doing the daily podcast. So if you guys love it, please let me know. Send me a message on my podcast page. If you're coming through Anchor or, any of the other podcast listener apps that allow you to message, because I know some of them may have my email address in there or whatever, but definitely let me know if you're loving the daily podcast, because I'm actually loving it. And I think I mentioned before that I'm seriously considering doing daily episodes going into 2022. So let's jump into today's subject, and the subject today is patience. Now, I know that all of us can say that our patience has been tested, especially since dealing with COVID. Our patience has definitely been pushed to the limit. But patience is something that, it can go a lot of directions. It's hard to have patience when you've been working on something for a long time and it just doesn't seem to be panning out, especially for my business folks. I know I have a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners that tune in. Having patience is really, it's a gift. It definitely is a gift. A lot of folks don't have patience. They don't have that endurance. They don't have that fortitude to really see things through in a methodical way, because really that's what patience is. Patience is laying everything out on the table and taking your time covering each area, whatever it is. Maybe there's different genres that you have to cover in school. So you have to go through each of those classes and deal with each of those professors, group projects, personal projects, whatever it is. There's patience in learning your significant other when you're in a relationship. That definitely takes patience and understanding and love, This is a word that can transcend so many different outlets, right? But patience is really the result of endurance. It speaks to your endurance. If people are really short, if people really don't have a lot of patience, it shows me that they don't have the endurance to deal with a lot of stressors and, if they're going through pressing things in their life, So patience allows us to, I would say, dig into the endurance side. I think a lot of people think that patience means being complicit. Patience means being, very passive about things, and that's not true. Patience, for me, patience is really mapping everything out carefully and walking strategically to my goal, right? So patience allows us to endure hiccups, stumbling blocks, what's some of the other words out there? I don't know, speed bumps in the road, that kind of thing. Patience allows us to navigate those things in a very methodical way, and then to come out with the best outcome. And sometimes the best outcome may not be the outcome that you wanted. That's another thing too. A lot of folks think that because something didn't pan out the way that they wanted it to, that it's bad. Sometimes things pan out the way that they're supposed to for your greater good. So we have to be patient, especially, I'll tell you, my churchy folks out there, y'all know, patience, what do they say? Patience is a virtue. It really is. And sometimes sometimes we got to be patient with God. We got to be patient with God sometimes. We're like, God, what are you doing right now? Because this is what I want over here, and now you got me doing this over there. Like, what's good, you know? And some people always like to question God on things, and I'm definitely, you know, still on occasion that person, but was really bad with that years and years ago. I would be like, no, I really don't care where you're leading me to go. I am going to go this way. And every time I did that, it didn't work out. Every time I didn't follow the intended path that has been set out for my life, every time I wanted to go left, something always went wrong. So I said, okay, maybe I should start listening to what God is trying to tell me to do. And once I realized my purpose, once I realized, my assignments, and I think I said this, maybe some episodes sometime last year or even the year before that I truly understand my assignments. I know that I'm here to help people navigate their small businesses, helping them feel like they're a much bigger brand than they are. It's not the big brands that always get, the attention. You as a small brand can get the attention too, but you just have to walk in it. You just have to walk in the confidence of your brand, walk in the confidence of your products and your business. And if it's not working, let's go back to the drawing board to see what we can do to switch that up. The goal never changes for me, but the path to the goal can change. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't have a lot of patience for. They're like, oh, I got to change course again. There's nothing wrong with changing course. Nothing wrong with taking a different, road. Nothing wrong with taking a different mode of transportation, as long as we all end up at that same goal. So my goal is always the same. And really at the end of the day, people are like, well, what is your goal? My goal is to help people, especially people of color, especially women in business who didn't think they could do it, who've been talked down on, who've been abused, who've been hurt. This is something that has always been very true to me. I always, support the underdog. When it comes to entrepreneurs, all entrepreneurs, I don't care who you are, but especially women of color, I want you to create generational wealth. I want you to be able to be comfortable. I want you to be able to handle and take care of your families and work as a team with your significant other to make sure that your children, your grandchildren, or people that you have taken care of or raised as your children are taken care of. And you don't have to spend, all these huge amount of dollars and be a millionaire to be able to do it. We have to have collective economics. Don't be taken that, I can't do it because I don't have $100,000 loan. There are many ways to bootstrap things. So this is why I love working with small business owners. You just have to be serious about it. You have to be serious about, investing in your business. You have to be serious about investing in your education for your thing. And when I say education, I don't mean degrees. I mean education in whatever that genre that, that you're trying to do. You know what I mean? This is the thing. People are not willing to be patient enough to map out the plan for their life. It's not everybody's goal to buy a home. It's not everybody's goal to buy a luxury car. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to put it into their business, so go ahead and do that. But who's to say you can't do both? You know what I'm saying? This is a thing that we need to understand. And as a homeowner, if you've ever had the experience of being a homeowner, I know what that's like. And I know what that's like to have to invest in things and be tight on money and make things happen and, all of that. I understand how that works. And it takes a lot of patience to see those things through. And people may not understand why you're hustling the way that you are. You may miss some birthdays. You may miss some, events, especially if you're a business owner. And if you have brick and mortar space or you have multiple locations of places and things like that, you're going to miss a lot of things. But one thing that's going to happen is that your family is going to be taken care of in the long run. You live a certain way in the short term so that your long term is worry-free. or as worry-free as it can be. There's always going to be worries at every level, but financial worry should not be one of them. So that's why I'm so adamant about that. I want people to be able to experience buying their own home if that's what you want to do. I want people to be able to experience buying a brand new car and paying it off. These are things that I've actually done for myself. And the feeling is amazing. So when I see other people doing it, or when people come to me and say, hey, I followed your branding 101, plan and document, and oh my goodness, I left my 9 to 5 and now I'm working for myself full time and it's been amazing. That excites me because it lets me know that people are really, getting meat from what it is that I'm saying or things that I'm sharing. And that's really what this podcast is about sharing with you the things that I have dealt with in my personal life, things that I've dealt with in my business life, the path that I have taken, my ups, my downs, all of that stuff. Because we have to share that. And other entrepreneurs, you need to share some of your lows. You need to share some of the times where it was just horrible. I've shared some pretty crazy things that I've gone through on here. Personal things that I've gone through on here. Because I want people to understand this is real life. This is real life. And you will go through some shady, you'll go through some shady things. We gonna keep it clean. You will go through some shady things. And you will have to find a way to navigate through them. And sometimes you will question, God, why am I going through this? Why must I have to walk up these ridiculous hills and mountains to get to where I need to go? But anybody that has ever climbed a mountain, anyone that has ever gone hiking, I know in Georgia, if you have ever climbed Stone Mountain, and I give that example because it's just a beautiful experience. If you've ever climbed anything, and I'm giving the example of Stone Mountain because I'm in the South, and then you get to the top and you look out at the view, it is incredible. And you almost want to cry because you're just like, wow. All of that work, all of that patience and time and energy that you put into whatever that dream is that you have. And it could be just to buy your first home. It could be just to buy your first car. It could be to pay off your mama's, mortgage, whatever. I don't know what folks want to do in their life. It may be that you want to be able to send your kid to college and just have an account that you can just write a check from. There are many different things that people want to do. Some people just want to have their, just have a roof over their head. Some people are staying in somebody else's home right now, and they just want to be able to afford their own apartment. You don't know what people are going through. But I promise you, if you have faith, if you have patience, if you have, if you move your heart into a space of gratefulness, I promise you, things will work themselves out. People will come to you. If you're in that space and open, the universe will shift for you. It really will. Because there were times where I thought I was completely backed in. There's no way this is going to work out. There's no way that good is going to come from this. And somehow it worked out. Somehow good came from it. I don't know how, but it did. And I thank God that it did. So never count yourself out. Find that piece, that little piece of patience. Because I'm telling you, it will work out. It may not go the way you want it to go, but it'll go in a way that's going to benefit you in the long run. That's all I have for you guys today. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Onyx Queen Media on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. But honestly, Instagram is where I'm the most active. So at Onyx Queen Media. If you want to email me, feel free. info@onyxqueenmedia.com. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.